Историята до тук. Археологът Алия Еласара и императрицата в роботическо тяло Енкей са по следите на древна обсерватория, наречена Небесния трезор, в която покойният колега на Алия, робототехникът Яники Ренба, е смятал, че може да бъде открита тайната за спасяване на Небула от мрака. Въпреки че никой сред академичната общност не приема на сериозно приказките за Небесния трезор, археоложката успява да открие доста древни останки, като луна с кратер, покрит с метални плочи, вехнещия палат, мина от стоманената ера, всяка от които по един или друг начин свързана с въпросния трезор. След още случайно намерени исторически източници и голямо лутане из реките, Алия и Енкей успяват да открият най-древната руина, която са виждали досега. An ancient site. This might be the oldest site yet.
Open sands and deathly silence.
И крака на статуя. Или крак.
This place was so old even the ghosts had died.
Enki, I don't feel right. Is there here, Alia? There is not enough. You will feel dizzy, lightheaded and nauseous. You will eventually pass out. But you can help me when it gets serious. Won't you? It's already serious. I'll help you should it become dire. Okay. No time to waste then. There was a statue here. Just like the one on Elboreth. Not much to go on though. Моля те, спри да говориш. But there's an inscription down here. А това е долу на статуята, окей. Това е много добре, така мога да ходя по-бързо. This one is the end of a broken fragment of text. Remember. God и remember, не е remember сигурно. Winds of... Това е the word of God, според мен. Things. Не е това. Alia Lasra, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. God wins of things. This doesn't feel right. Things не е вярното, окей. Значи God не е, почваме of wins по-скоро. God of wins. I've done something wrong. Wins не е вярното, God of нещо си. Окей, God of Wind прал. Може би прал ship. Harvest. Worship. По-скоро God of Ship. God of Harvest. Winds и Ideas. Не. Не, Harvest ми звучи правилно, ама God of Ship. Сета. God of Ship. The God of Ships. Or the God of a ship. Open the door. It won't open. Here's our way in. Elboredian. The sooner we are away from here, the better. Не исках това да кажа. We can leave immediately if you would only give the word. Please shut the fuck up. Look at this place.
The air should have reeked of ash and smoke. But no. Nothing. These walls were dry bones.
A mosaic. It must have fallen from the floor above. I believe it was the floor above. It's beautiful. Some kind of gemstone inlaid. There's something poking out here. A silver pitcher dating from the earliest days of the nebula. The lip has been inscribed with glyphs. Iha! This one is a broken fragment from an even longer phrase. Очевидно почваме с treasures, може би. Bloods. Drink. Things. Treasures. Отново treasures. Myself. Не. Няма myself, бе. Skies. Не е правилно. And things. Stars. Да, това изглежда като неправилно нещо, но myself and place of treasures, vaults, може би. Няма значение. Things. Запълвам колкото да ми каже, че не е правилно. И off сигурно ще имам някъде. Да. Очевидно неправилно. This doesn't feel right. Yeah. Obviously doesn't. Open. Да, някакви неща замръзнаха във въздуха. Майката си трака. Treasures. Очевидно treasures и skies. I myself of treasures and not myself. Нещо. От това да не е правилното. I've done something wrong. Кое ще се махне? Myself. Не е добре. Treasures. Skies. And drink. Няма кръв. Of. I believe I remember the word drink, Alia. Вау, това е много добре. And treasures must be correct too. Drink. Раки. Goblet, може би, не. Weakness. Poison. Blood poison. Drink раки and... drink poison или drink раки and... Тук има listen. Може би here. Of treasures of endless sky, other skies. Drink poison или раки. Да, drink раки. And here of treasures of other skies. Един вид пи вино и ще разкажат за други светове. Does this work? This comes from the same side as the battered rock hammer and the battered lamp. What we discovered on the mining camp, there must have been frequent travel between two places. This should help us work out where to look for its location. I think this place is ancient. Yeah, it is. It said on the cover, older than anything we've seen before. I agree, imbecile, but the materials, the construction, they are old, yes. But I would not say they were primitive. The frames are much the same as those on Elboreth. Blackened. The fire must have been immense. Flames filling this space. It is amazing anything survived. Shelves. If there were scrolls on these shelves, the fire reduced them to ashes. Да, тук няма много какво да търся. And така, in the winds аз се оглеждам, ама гледам по бърза процедура. There's an inscription too. Running around the edge of the circle here. I've got some of these words in my notebook, but I'll have to take a chance on what's left. Bless, source, give, wind. Може би source of water is story. Is was. Past is was. Може би gift. Така изглежда. For. Many. Moons. Не. Home и кръгче. Blessing. Many moons. Many days. Moons. Moons. Луните са им дома. Реално. Source of water was gift for many moons. The gift of water. What could that mean? What is it? A geometric pattern. Some kind of insignia. It's not an eagle and sun, that's for certain. Stairs leading up. Lucky they were so sturdily built. Enki? We found our shit. I can breathe. Please shut the fuck up then. Your chest cavity is constricting due to the lack of oxygen, Dahlia. As a result of your blood will thin. It will cause your muscles to atrophy and will Eric Vossi. Thank you, Enki. I don't need your input. Yeah, shut the fuck up. I don't need your input. Shut the hell up. Of course, Alia Lasra. Please.
Right on the brink was an enormous book on a curved metal stand.
This is a beautiful piece of work. Heavy, ornate. And the book is unscathed. Take the book. I can't leave this here. But it's chained to the stand. Pull the book free. Maybe I can. Or no, maybe I can't. Shit. I can't lift it right now. The cover. There are symbols in the letter. Нещо past, нещо си. There's a few words in this one. Future. History of the future. Of eternal future, може би. Lost. History of lost future. That will do for now. Not so lost now. But not understood either. Open the book. I want to know what's inside. But it's chained shut. A low table. Beautifully set. With a view across the dust. It seems to have escaped the fire. You can still see the doodle scratched into the lacquer by whoever worked here. There must have been another level up here. Maybe several. Now there's just a drop.
I was stumbling over my own feet.
Alboretian Doc, your blood oxygen is alarmingly low. Get us off this miserable rock, Empress, Enki. And so we left the surface of the sand-covered moon with the burnt tower. With enough new information to locate a previously unknown site. I almost died right there. I almost died. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. Абе, мога ли да отида пак там? Не. Сигурно. Абе, няма да отивам. Карам напред. My head. Take your time, Alia. You are safe. How long was I out? About 20 minutes. You can take me back now. That would be unwise. I want to look around down there. You are not listening, Alia. We cannot go back. The last of the air is gone. There are no plants to replenish it. Its story ends now. So what happens to the library now? Very little will happen to it, I think. We should sail and replenish the air aboard this ship, Alia Elasra. I'm going to rest, Enki. Very good. What's our course? To Elboret, perhaps? Somewhere else. Ne, stand up again. Never mind, I'll sell the ship. Alia Lastra? Okay. Time to move on. I will prepare the braces. Unknown Ancient Site. Тук имам вече възможност да отида. Но може би ще отида в Елборет първо. Може би трябваше да отида The Waste. Sailing Elboret in Eoxian Space. Може би трябваше директно да легна и да отида в Елборет първо и после да се разкарам до този Ancient Site, ама нищо. То ще ми даде промпт в някой момент. Renba must have tried a word of Elborethian when working with NK. Perhaps by chance. He was from Elboreth? Maybe he jabbed his thumb with a screwdriver and swore. It seems remarkable this had not been discovered before. Просто елборетците нямат достъп до роботи явно. But no one in Iox speaks Elborethian patois. They would never bring themselves to. Елборетците ли са гетото? Мислех, че са маерси. Всъщност сега отиваме на някакво много интересно място, което много яко, че тотално заобикаляме. Кефи ме. The people who left this place they must have been settlers carving out space in the nebula to live in. Ancient sailors. I wonder if there are any ancient settlers still out there. Most likely not, rogue. It has been long time. And we have not seen their boats. Интересно. Разкрихме ли? Май се вляхме в... Тази е много силна река, между другото. Ай, тук някъде се вливаме в... реки, които са ни познати до някъде. You should go left, Alia. Left again. So I see. Did you really sell 3 on Elboreth? I don't think you did. I think you would have struggled to override 3's primary user. Thus, a sale would have been impossible. Bless the goddess. Our path leads straight on here, Alia. The Verdant Pass. На правилното място ли сме, да? Супер! How many moons are there in the Iox Protectorate, NK? Not enough. A small empire is an invitation for an attack. From whom? Is it an invitation for an attack? Seems we are the only ones around. You can sail for a while, NK. I do love the waters. Тук съм вече в води, които са ми познати и за това така става. Според мене. Elboreth. However far I sail, these alleyways will always be my home. Ха-ха-ха, добре. Continue. Сега вече знам думата за Heaven's Vault. Speak to the gate. Сет бояки Рефар. Ифарали. Сет Ифарали. Сет бояки Катифар. But I still can't think of what to say next. Perhaps it can't take me anywhere. Абе, аз се чух думата за Heaven's Vault. Уж. Сет бояки Катрифар. Кибения. Йени хуасале каталити. Alia, come on in. Show him an artifact. I've uncovered items you might be interested in. The pitcher made. This is an ancient silver pitcher. Fair if not exemplary. No matter, I should be able to do a little distance with that. I have something of a similar period, I think. Yes, this is it. A kindly goddess statuette fashioned from copper. The maker didn't include an inscription on her body. This comes from the same place as the pitcher and battered rock hammer, I found earlier, I think. This will make easier to locate. So, I've inspected the goods. Statuette for the picture. I agreed to the trade. Окей. Не знам дали това също място ми устройва, обаче ще видим. What a fine piece. I found a few more items you might be interested in. Oh yeah? Something else. The chunk of prow made of on Heaven's Vault. This is a curved chunk of hardboard from a prow, dating from the earliest days of the nebula. Well, now. Ah well, I can most likely shift it onto someone. A beautiful, unique piece. But I don't have anything worth trading for now. My apologies, Alia. But even the most bountiful font must run dry. Oh shit, Buckley. So Tappy, I'm not going to be here long. Nice of you to drop by. Okay. See you later, Tappy. Don't get any less beautiful. Мазни голям, Тапи. Казаха ми да пия раки и да получавам истината. И сега ще го направя, между другото. Колкото и да звучи нелепо. Visit the bar, Alia. Have you ever heard the word Malefar? All the time. It means falling over from too much raki. I can't imagine anyone ever said it to you. You should relax more. Thanks, Timur.
The cool rucker burned my throat, and Timur smiled.
Рака. Абе казвам, ракия си е, чиста ракия за мен. You want another raki? Do it. Be champion. The robot won't miss me. You're very good. Health, okay, continue talking. Still quiet. There was a rush yesterday, maybe the day before. Alia, why do you do that? Why do you do what you do? Picking things up, dusting them off, putting them in boxes. You'll never tidy up the nebula faster than it makes a mess of itself. So what's the use? It's not about things. It's about the story behind the things. History belongs to everyone. It has to be protected and shared. Otherwise, when I die, when you die, it's like it never happened. And then we don't know who we are. I'm not sure we do know who we are. Then we need more history, not less. I'm not sure anyone knows who they are. Minute to minute, day to day. You do what you have to, what you're set up to do. That's all there's time to do. You look back and say, oh, I was like that. And you hope you were kind. Do you know anything about my parents, Timur? I sometimes think if anybody would, it'll be you. Alia? The first I heard of you was when I asked the orphanage for grape pickers. You were so desperate to get out of this place. And then you hid when the grey ladies came to get you. I remember. You kept hiding me though. Of course I did. You'd hear my voice down the corridor and come cling to my leg. I could hardly leave you behind. I always had my bag packed, you know. In case it was a longer trip. Your time came in the end. Timur just watched me. Значи ще опъм по една ракийка. Be seeing you, Timur. Don't be a stranger. Back to the ship. And so I left the surface of Elboreth. Време е да отидем отново до Айокс. И да видим за още преводи, ако можем. Аз се изпродадах някакви предмети и това може би не беше добра идея, ама да видим. Aboard the Nightingale. Тази игра изглежда много отворена и аз малко си позволявам да си правя каквото си искам, а май не е добра идея. Трябва да ги мисля повече работите. I'm going to rest, okay. Very good, Alia. Where should I take the ship? Back to Iox, perhaps? Back to Iox. Виж, изкуственият интелект как ги знае работите. Rest then, but you'd better hold on. Да не замирише на гума тука. The University of Iox. I have spent most of my adult life on Iox. Continue. One moment. That's better. Alia? Good fate to you. Това беше напълно излишно. Okay, the library. Сега да видим Heaven's Vault нещо си. Alia, you're back. Show him a text. I found something you might be interested in. Let's see now. This is ancient. I mean, truly ancient. Where did you find it? Can you read it? No, definitely not. I mean, I don't think so. Isn't that exciting? There's an inscription. I read it as Gods save those who follow. You know, I'm sure you're right on save. Aid. I'm glad you agree. Have you ever heard the word sliced before? Или sliced. Slicit? No, I don't think so. Sounds like the way they talk on Elboreth. Yes, it does. I discovered a book you might enjoy. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as Last will find temple and gate. You know, I'm sure you're right on find. Thanks, Wang. I've been finding some... Have you heard about a place called the Heaven's Vault? Of course. Heaven's Vault is a children's story. But I suppose parents don't tell it on Elboreth. And it isn't a place exactly. Oh, isn't it? I've got a few things for the curators. Glad to hear it. Okay. The robot neck found... The guy found this robot neck. Interesting. I'm not sure we have anything quite like that one. I'll take the robot neck to the archives then. I'm not finished with it yet. Oh, well, of course. Искам първо да му покажа всички текстове. I uncovered a book you might like to see. Let's see now. Просто няма да си мърдам такова. There's an inscription. I read it as this book came through gates. Yes, I think you're correct about came. I'm glad you agree. I found something Renba discovered on Elboreth. Oh, yes. It was a ship. Underground. Underground? How did it get there? I have no idea. I also don't know how he found it. Huang, do you think robots know more than they say about the past? I am sure they do. I think the robots can read ancient. I uncovered something you might enjoy. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as Gods protect us. Heaven's Vault, does it have another name? An ancient name. What's that? Ancient is only a written language, Alia. It can't be spoken. That's not true. Elborethian patois is a form of spoken ancient. Somehow, some of it survived. Maybe I have heard something. Now, where is it? Yes, this is it. Is this Mazwai? Of course it is. Mazwai has everything. Here. And the place beyond the edge of the world where the wrecks lie had a name. A curse. And the name of the pit below the world's rim was Bog Kataliti Ifarali. Who knows? But maybe that's what it means. Ifarali? That word again. Alia? Is everything alright? Ever since Renba disappeared, it's like you've been gone too. There's a place called Heaven's Vault. It's real. I'm sure of it. And there's something there. But I have no idea what. And people say I read too many stories. I found a roll of paper you might be interested in. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as Holy Pilgrim and True Beloved. I don't agree with the word friend in this. Look at the cross lines. That might be a glyph for negation or transgression, but that doesn't fit friend. I agree. Holy Pilgrim and True Stranger. Anger, true, ne. And angry. Holy Pilgrim and Angry Stranger then. Thanks, Huang. I brought you a book from the site I found. It's an original copy of the Chronicles of Mazwai. Alia, it's beautiful. Alia, it's annotated. This is incredible. I'll have to... You like it? I love it. Let me know if you find anything. Of course. Of course I will. Поприказахме доста. We must move on. Time to depart, Alia. We still more to do. Все още имаме малко да направим. Искам да видя дали ще мога да говоря с него. Ако мога да говоря с него, искам да говоря още. Не, явно няма как. С псевдомайка си не искам да говоря. So, were you off while you were buried? Asleep? Is that why you can't remember it? I do not know, Alia. I cannot remember. Интересно, дадахме му и тази книга. Като цяло, явно се е очаквало много по-често да идвам да им нося неща. Is it possible to alter gravity itself? The way Oroi said? I had people to do that for me, to bend heaven itself to my will. Well, problem solved then. I guess. Look at this, NK. Did you know it's the oldest thing on Iox? Now what even is it? Evidently it's said to be a sundial. An inscription. This is the end of a longer line of text. Palace. Само че не е Palace. За жалост. Palace people, това са хора, някакви, които са част от палата, окей. Empire. Palace people е Empire. Окей. B. Това е will not be. Therefore, Prosper does not. По-скоро will not be. Divided, сигурно. Away. Empire will not be divided. Does Empire will not be divided work? An Empire period work? Or older with the motto etched in later? It's just like the one in the garden. I believe that sundial to be significantly older than this one, Alia Elasra. Furthermore, the one was not made on Iox. It's ancient. Older than all the buildings here. Was the sundial made here? Obviously Alboretian full. Curiously enough. Oh, get off. Let's get off this rock. This way, Alia. And so we left the university. Трябваше доста по-често да се връщам явно тук и да ги изговарям тия неща с тях, защото сега имам супер много събрана информация и глупости. И просто не съм сигурен точно какво да... Кога ще мога да ги изговоря всички тия работи, но няма значение. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. На картата ще ми се покаже най-вероятно, че мога да... В Мерси имаше нещо, което можеше да правя. I could return the figurine of Kibenia I found outside the hermitage where Renba died, although I doubt Myerson said it was... I could go there next. Check for. Although I doubt the Myersons will be able to power it up again. I could go there next. The moon Renba died on is the airless moon. Do I care about that shit anyway? Unexplored ruin. Ако дойда тука, след това ще трябва да се връщам бая отдалече. Unknown ancient site. Така, the mechanics lived in Elboret. Априори, какво искам от нея, не знам. Ами от тук някъде мога да се отида в The Unknown Site. И май това е най-добрият ми вариант. За момента. From somewhere deep, така. Ами нямам много добри варианти извън това. Единият вариант е тук да отида, да, това е добре. Let's take to the river, окей. Нека да видим тази руина и после ще го мислим. I will ready the chocks, child. Това ще е дълго пътуване. Действително. Yoxian space. Sailing to an unknown moon. The path turns left. Up ahead, Alia, as should we. I'm going to rest. Go and rest your weak body. The withering ways. We are here, Alia Elasra. The structure is barely intact, Elboretian. There's nothing there. Amazing. Не. Unknown site. Отново ще отида в Иокс. Между другото. The Empress hold my ship around with skill and vigor and speed. Where 6 had been cautious, she was reckless. Where 6 been uncertain, she was fierce. She treated it like a hacksaw, or a hunting dog, or a tiresome lover. What is a wellspring anyway? A source, Alia. Nothing more. But what is a wellspring? How does it work? It's a source. You don't need to know how it works to use it. But I need to know how it works because I'm interested in that. Set us down, NK. Добре. Втори път ще претърся Иокс накратко и след това ще завърша най-вероятно. The University of Iox. Не е толкова I've spent most of my life. Не толкова ще го претърся, колкото ще говоря с моя приятел Хуанг, който със сигурност има още какво да ми каже и после вече ще се насоча към онази руина. I should travel incognito. I'm ready now. Не искам да говоря с теб. Реплай не ме интересува. Алия! Вече си говорим, а? Talk to Huang. Listen, Huang. Do you know something about an ancient observatory? I was not aware of this. An observatory? That's interesting. Tell me something. Could you tell me something more? I heard about Renaki така. Renaki? Where is it? You'll find it on the charts. It's no secret. I know of it. Wait a minute. What now? Oh, that's more like it. You're being weirdly nice to me. Well, anyway. I was on Renaki recently. I know me on a boat. You should have seen me. I turned green. What did you do for that? That for, по-скоро. What did you do that for? I've got my secrets, Alia. The curators let me take a few things and trade. Anyway, on the boat there was a trader called Amadou. He was talking pretty expansively, if you understand me, about something he'd found. He called it, well... You asked me about an observatory. That's what Amadou said he'd found. I'm looking for a particular observatory. Not just on any observatory. Oh well. This one sounded like it was old. I thought of you. Why aren't there any books? Older books. I don't know. There just aren't. I know you have found older. I've been finding some truly ancient sites. Places far out in the reaches that must have once been wealthy. Abundant? Lost in the clouds. The moons must have drifted away from the rivers, or the rivers drifted away from the moons. Iox is old, they are always finding new layers to this place. Did you know that? Iox has been around forever, it probably started here. The future or the past? Both. That's why everyone wants to be on Iox. This is where you need to be when the loop closes. Read anything good recently? I've been indexing mostly. Show him text. I discovered something you might want to look at. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as Book of Future Knowledge. Show him text. I found a scroll you might be interested in. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as History of Pilgrim's Path. You know, I'm sure you're right on pilgrims. I'm glad you agree. I discovered something you might enjoy. Let's see now. There's an inscription. I read it as Sit by fire and listen to me. Явно нещо не е съгласен. I'm not convinced by your use on here. Let's see what options there might be. Let's see what alternatives we have. Here, казва той. Drink raki and poke and lonely of treasures of skies, не. Може би има преди listen тук, че не е това. Sit by fire and illuminate me. Let's think about this more and illuminate me. Не е illuminate сигурно, да, може би. Sit by fire and illuminate me. Thanks, Huang. Show him an artifact. I've made some nice discoveries out there. Let's see them then. The etched compass. What do you make of this compass? Let me take a look. There's an inscription. I read it as point your prow for home. Yes, I think you're correct about prow. Thanks, Huang. Interesting. I've seen something else like that, I think, and also had script. Let me see now. Here it is. This was written on a silver compass. It was found buried here on Iox 9 months ago. I don't know if it's related, of course. Oh, интересно. This one is a phrase. Така, pray. With bolts. For pray for bolts Goddess, няма. With. За жалост иска да го запълня и показва според мен това, че не е вярно, но... Алия, that translation clearly is incorrect. There must be another possibility. Кое не е така? With. Супер. Bolts не е така. Супер. Това много ми улеснява нещата. Pray. Wind. Не. For. Think. Сигурно и think не е. Алия Ласра, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another possibility. Think не е. Чудесно. Pray for Goddess. Тръгваме от Pray, значи тръгваме от For този път. Няма нищо тука. Goddess. Wind. This doesn't feel right. Wind не е това. Добре. Pray. Очевидно има Pray. For. Окей. А защо като ги сложих двете не стана? I'm certain my translation of Pray is right now. Хора някакви. Sailors. Може би хората, които плават, да. Sailors. Pray for speed. Може би fast speed. Sailors pray for speed. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. How about this? It's a picture of a neat copper sextant. It was found in a Renaki temple. This one is a fractured piece from even longer phrase. Така. Winds. Не. Така. Ship. Време. Обратно нещо. This one has a lot of symbols. Така. Ship. Ship. Еди какво си? Move. Starts. Eternity do not. Eternity began. Starts. Да. Starts. Move. Okay. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. The curators will be most interested in the compass, I'm sure. Take it. Good fate to you. I'll be back shortly. И тогава да подпалваме. Back to the ship. Time to go, Alboretian Doc. Let's get out of here. Leave the moon. This way, Alia. And so we left the university. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. Location available. You can now visit Renaki in the Renaki Reach.